Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Happy Tuesday, man. Happy Tuesday. Um, yeah, yeah. So we got a normal day from beginning last this previous Saturday all the way through this weekend. It's a weird week for the streaming schedule. Abnormal. But today is normal, so that's good. We'll do the news, and then we'll play Divinity all day, man, with our buddy Pinky. Well, here's the deal. So I say that. Pinky might not get home until a little bit later, so what we might do is jump into Warframe for a little bit, yeah. Probably do a little bit of some Warframage, Warframings. So we'll jump in there for a little bit, probably. Do a little bit of Warframe after the news while we wait on Pinky to get home. And then once Pinky gets home from work, we'll jump in and play Divinity the rest of the day. Cool. That's the play, man. That's the plan. Hope you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and dive into this video gaming news segment for today, April 4th, baby. Let's do it. This is what we're listening to this morning, by the way. Subnautica. Very cool. Survival, adventure, base building, mostly submersive, aquatic type game. Very, very cool. Got a cool soundtrack too, so if you're interested, go check it out. Cool. Good stuff. We'll go ahead and put a pause to that, and we'll start looking for our articles for the news stuff today. Video gaming news, baby. Let's go. Let's do what we do. The Last of Us PC port deemed effectively a beta. In what? New technical analysis. Nice. NVIDIA's GeForce Now finally sold me on cloud gaming, huh? Okay, let's take a peek at that. Yeah, let's read up on it and see what they have to say about that. Switch Online's new Pokemon game doesn't really address what? The ongoing preservation problem. No, it does not. They have a significant preservation problem. So we'll take a peek at that too. Sounds good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We know this. Saudi Arabia is investing a lot of money into video games. They are trying to, get some other things into their investment strategy outside of just like oil. That's where all their money has come from at this point. And they're trying to strategize and branch off into some other strategic areas for profitability. Video games is definitely one that can be that if you know what you're doing. They outright own SNK at this point. They I think are 10%. They own about 10% of Nintendo at this point. There's a lot of investment they've done. Again, I think that it's important for us as lovers of video games to pay attention to certain because video games have such a great impact on us in society and the world and the way that we immerse ourselves in these titles and everything. It's important that we pay attention to the kinds of investment that is happening into these games, because ultimately you take a country like Saudi Arabia, which is well known to have a lot of issues with human rights and the way that they treat people and certain demographics of people, and a lot of persecution there. And, when they start outright, they're just like buying up development companies and stuff like that. Are we going to start seeing these games show through with a lot of those same kinds of things, right? With what the Saudi government stands for, are those kinds of discriminatory, whether it be against whatever kinds of people. You know, I mean, there's hate inside of that. You know, there's hate inside of that, and we're gonna start seeing that pervade the titles that come out of the developers that they own, and that's what we have to be careful about on that front, I think. So I don't know. I just think it's something that we need to be careful of, pay attention to, and it's there's enough of that in the world that it's a struggle every day for us to fight it in society as a whole, and then to try to ensure that it's not pervading the gaming world that we love so much. I think is a very important thing also. We already kind of hit on the Prime Gaming offers a few days ago, I think, but I'll pull it back up. That way everybody knows what they can get on Prime Gaming right now. The Republic of Gaming handheld PC is real, and Asus announced it in the what? I guess as like kind of an April Fool's thing, but apparently it is real. We'll take a peek at it. That's what it was hard for me to discern because whenever I came back, it was so we were down on the first. We didn't do any news segment on the first. Then we came back and there was just a lot of news about the shenanigans of there was a lot of debating to the gaming industry, as it were. There's a lot of clickbait and you know, so whenever we got back on the second, there were a lot of articles that were, you know, talking about April Fool's stuff that the gaming industry got people on, and I wasn't sure if that was one to dive into or not, but it looks like it might be. So we'll see what's going on. Konami looks to set to re-enter console gaming arena. We'll see what's going on there. Yeah, we already knew that Nintendo was working with DNA to get some stuff done there. What is this all about? Let's take a peek real quick. What's up, dude? What are you doing, man? Yo, what was all that craziness you were spitting on Discord last night? You got into that catnip, huh? I couldn't even understand exactly what you were trying to get across to me, dude. There were so many different. I felt like there were so many different things happening, so many different ideas popping out of your brain, dude. That I couldn't even keep track, man. There was like everything that you were spitting to me on Discord was like there was no break. You know what I mean? There was like no break in any of it. There were like no capital letters, no periods, no punctuation in it at all. It was just everything was just running together. I had no idea where to stop or start. Me, bro. Well, I mean, you know, but I've got more of a tolerance to it at this point. You know, it seems like a normal combo to me. Oh, dude. Right on. All right. My bad, then. My bad. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll take a peek at this. Yeah, we knew this was kind of happening, but it looks like there's some official news on that front. So take a look. What's up, man? How's your morning going? Um, Game Pass announced its first game's leaving in April. Didn't we already kind of hit on these, dude? Yeah. 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 Yeah, yeah, yeah. Look, man, I'm just gonna link this for everybody. We've already hit on this. Um, so I'm not gonna take a bunch of time. I don't know. I'll go through it real quick for everybody, but I'm not gonna like watch all those trailers or anything. We've touched on it before a few days ago. Yo, how's the truck, dude? You all fixed up? No more no more red hot rotors, dude. No more red hot rotors, man. You frying eggs on those bad boys, yeah? Eggs sound good though. So if you want to fry some up, bring them over. I'm down. Yeah, we've already hit on that too. I'm not gonna go through that. Oh, she stops now? Nice, dude. Nice. Yeah. Breaks are important, you know? It's important to be able to stop and show off those flags, you know, those 30 foot long flags you got flying out the back of that you call it a truck. We know what it is. It's a lifted Prius with the back chopped off of it so it looks like it's got a bed on it. I know what it is, dude, but you know, you call it a truck if you want to call it a truck, dude. It's important to be able to stop and show those off, you know. Oh, what is this? IGN's pop-up party in Atlanta, an announcement of the best sports video game showdown winner. What? Oh, okay. No. Yeah, we've already got this up. We're gonna take a look at that. Oh, Street Fighter film and television rights land at Legendary Entertainment. Okay. Okay. Justice Department sues Activision Blizzard again. Okay, we'll see what's going on there. Or I don't know if they've ever been sued by the Justice Department before, but you know, it's just I meant more along the lines of here we go with Activision Blizzard again, getting you know, more things, more lawsuits dropped upon them. So, dude, what is this? Hold on, look at this. Pause that. Oh no. Okay. I wanted to see this. You know who that looks like? That picture? I think that's supposed to be Cal Kestis. And dude, he looks like the dude off of oh god. What's the name of that show? I'm gonna pull him up real quick. Look, I'm gonna side by side this. Yeah. Yeah, bro. It looks like Danny McBride, dog. It looks like Danny McBride, dude. Check it out. Check this out. Hold on, bro. Oh, Eastbound and Down was the show I was thinking about. If you know what I'm talking about, hold on. Look at this, dude. Oh, no way. Bro, tell me. Look at Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. And then look at it. It's totally him, bro. It's like, it's got the same thing going on, man. That kind of like goatee thing with the mullet. Yeah, dude. That's got some Danny McBride vibes going on right there. That's good stuff. Oh, PlayStation Store is going to start introducing accessibility tags. That's cool, man. Modern Warfare 2 bringing back an iconic Call of Duty what? Sniper? Uh-oh. All right. Valve gets shot at game controller patent infringement? Retrial? Huh. Oh, we can't even read this whole thing, man. Okay. It's going to be hard to determine exactly what's going on there without being able to read. Bloomberg's terrible, dude. They just don't want you reading their their stuff without being like a part of their platform. Destiny 2 players are helping a 69-year-old woman play the game. Well, it's because of her age, dude. Kappa. You know, let's be real here. We know what's going on. Yeah. Game Pass getting 7 new games in April. Okay. Starfield limited edition controller might have leaked. Okay, we'll take a peek at that. Devolver has acquired Doinksoft. New Tekken 8 trailers. We already kind of have this up. I think where is that? No. Yeah. We've already got it up. So we'll take a look at that. What? Okay. Modern Warfare 2 going on sale for a very limited amount of time. Put that with where's the other Call of Duty stuff at? Right there. That'll work. Will Quidditch make its way to Hogwarts Legacy? Not if they can't even implement a way to pan the camera flipping vertically while you're flying around. How are you supposed to play Quidditch if you can't even pan your camera vertically? Give me a break, dude. They've got other issues they need to fix in that game before they even start taking a look at putting Quidditch in it. Sorry. All right, let's get in it. Xbox Game Pass will get 7 new games in April 2023. So, as an Xbox Game Pass subscriber, you will get access to the following games this April: Everspace 2 on the 6th, Ghostwire Tokyo on the 12th, Minecraft Legends on the 18th, Coffee Talk 2 on the 20th, Cassette Beasts on the 26th, The Last Case of Benedict Fox on the 27th, and Homestead Arcana on the 20th. It's just TBD, April of 2023. This month promises to be interesting. Ghostwire Tokyo. This is the same developer behind Hi-Fi Rush. Yeah, this is Tango. They also did, they're more known for these horror-esque kind of titles. You know, they did the Evil Within games before these, or before Ghostwire. But solid developer, man. And people liked this pretty well, I think. It didn't, you know, catch the industry by storm like Hi-Fi Rush did. But, sorry guys, still supposed to be a pretty solid title. Yeah, nice. All right. And Minecraft Legends is going to be hitting as well, which people are, Minecraft fans are excited about that. So if you need this, I'll link it in there for you. There you go. Starfield limited edition Xbox controller might have leaked. I actually like that. I think that looks pretty cool. A lot of times I'm not really, I find it wild that the limited edition controllers end up costing, like $20 more than just a regular controller when all it is some kind of graphic, you know what I mean? That's crazy to me, which I get it. There are people that are interested in collecting that kind of stuff, and that's why, they're able to put those kinds of price tags on it. But quite often they don't appeal to me anyways. But this one is actually pretty cool looking. I like that. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Bethesda Starfield is very likely going to be one of 2023's biggest releases overall, and certainly for the Xbox Series X and S. Seems completely logical for Microsoft to leverage that anticipation for the September 6th release date by launching a set of limited edition hardware as well. Now there seems to be some evidence pointing towards that. A member of popular gaming forum Reset Era has found some pictures of the potential Starfield limited edition Xbox controller, which may accompany a similarly designed console edition deep on the Chinese internet. Here's an Imager album with the 4 pictures they've discovered. Held predominantly in white with some colorful stripes around the Xbox logo at the top, a golden directional pad, and red accents at the back and under the sticks, the controller looks classy and minimalistic. Visible all over the surface are lines and small bits of text akin to a cockpit's user interface. So perhaps the design may even be inspired by the actual in-game UI we get when steering a starship through space. Definitely a possibility of this being a very well-made fake, but users on Reset Era and their own Slack channel here from Video Games fell in love with it at first sight with the design, and certainly wouldn't mind this being a real controller. 2023 has already seen some great game-themed hardware designs, with Sony releasing a PS5 DualSense controller for Hogwarts Legacy. I didn't think that one looked very good, actually. And Nintendo pushing out a Switch OLED with the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which I think does look good. It would only be right and proper for Microsoft to join them with a celebratory Starfield design. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I think that looks good. Yeah, pretty neat. Pretty neat. Oh, man. Devolver Digital has acquired Doinksoft. Acquisitions of video game companies has been very common as of late. Microsoft and Sony have especially been doing this. However, acquisitions don't always come from a company that produces hardware. It can occasionally happen with third parties or even indie companies. For example, Devolver Digital has announced earlier today, this was probably yesterday, announced earlier yesterday that they have acquired Doinksoft. Doinksoft is known for Gato Robot and Demon Throttle. As for upcoming releases, Doinksoft is planning to release Gunbrella. Yeah, seen that on the Switch and PC later this year. The announcement tweet is down below. I love Devolver is probably my favorite publisher. They are so good. And I cannot wait to see what Devolver has for us in their showcase for this summer. Devolver showcases are always so flippin' good. They're hilarious. They're very adult, but they're also really funny. And they are, like, in my opinion, the example about for a lot of other, for basically the rest of the gaming industry. If you're going to put on a showcase, they are the standard for it. They are the ones that show you how it's done. Go look at like any kind of Devolver showcase. I'm sure you can find them on YouTube and stuff like that. Devolver does a fantastic job. They're funny. They're wild. It's just an absolute roller coaster ride every time you watch a Devolver showcase. It's really, really nuts. And great production quality. And you know, again, they're adult. They don't really they don't hold the punches. You know, they don't care too much about catering to a, you know, any kind of specific audience or anything. They just do what they do, man. And it's good stuff. But they also, you know, I love Devolver not just for that, but because they publish like really, really cool games. They really do. They're always into publishing games that are, you know, have a bit of a wonky vibe to them, whether it be something kind of dark or ominous or weird, funky. You know, they're into this space of where they like to attract developers that have something kind of unique in a weird kind of vibe to show off in their titles, and I love that about Devolver. You know, you go look at a lot of the games that they've published over the year, and they all have some kind of weirdness to them, you know, and cool kind of unique vibes. It's really cool. So Cult of the Lamb, good game. Good game. Devolver's good stuff, man. So yeah, they have Doinksoft now, and we'll see how that works for them moving forward. Cool stuff. Tekken 8 trailers reveal a classic fighter and the Grandmaster of Drip. Look at that, dude. Yeah, baby. Looking good. Bandai has not slowed down with its Tekken 8 trailers. The company released a pair of new ones, both of which unveiled a new character. The first confirmed that longtime combatant Asuka Kazama would be making a return, while the second confirmed that Leroy Smith would be making his second playable appearance too. Asuka has been in the series since Tekken 5 and is Jin Kazama's cousin. She seems to have a fair bit of new moves, some of which use heat, including her pointing taunt that appears to buff some of her attacks. Asuka also has a new costume, but executive director Katsuhiro Harada tweeted that she will still have her classic outfit too. Let's take a look at this. Boom, pow. What's up, Caleb? How are you, my friend?
Get ready for the next battle.
How you feeling?
Tekken 8. New challenger. Kazama.
Oh no, they lost all that food. Oh. I'm good. Just trying to wake up, baby. Wake up with this news, you know. Are you feeling any better? I know you said your headache had gotten better yesterday, but are you still progressing the right way, or how are things working for you? Yeah, they're showing off a ton of stuff about Tekken 8, man. We're gonna get that lingering a bit better than it has been in over a week. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Yeah, my back's still real. My back, it's like, dude, when it goes out, and that's it. Really, it's a bad one this time. So, like during the day, it loosens up and it's not too bad. But man, after being asleep all night and trying to like get out of bed right now, dude, it's so stiff. It's so stiff. It's brutal. And like, this is an injury that whenever I first heard it, it was one of the most painful things I'd ever felt in my life. It was terrible, and it hurt so much for so long, and it took a lot of like therapy and stuff to get it kind of back to a decent point. I don't deal with it too bad anymore usually, but when it happens, man, so stiff, bro. Yeah, bro. Very disco, man. So, well, yeah, I mean, it actually, that doesn't really bother me too much. I get up and take breaks and things like that. So it's not too bad. And I'm moving around a lot while I play games and everything. So it's not brutal. I have a nice little, like, in my chair, even I've got a nice lumbar support pad back here and everything. So it doesn't, yeah, they really aren't. And I never really knew it until I had my own. I've got a vertebrae in my lower back that's compressed on one side. So it's like, instead of it looking like a rectangle in my x-rays, there's one side of it looks more like a triangle. So there's one side of it that's just like completely like compressed down. So it's like, it's like it just got smashed, dude. And so it's created a lot of issues for me initially when it happened, and then I think over time my body just learned how to compensate for that being jacked up, and yeah, it's like something you never necessarily get over. Back injuries are no joke, man. They really aren't. It's something that and I don't think it's like head stuff. You know what I mean? Like, what I'm talking about. It's like headache stuff. Rub some dirt on it? Yeah. You come rub some dirt on it, bro. I need you to come rub some dirt on my back, Wick. Yeah, it's like headache stuff, though. Like, it's the same thing. You hear about how bad they can be and how debilitating it can be, but you don't really understand until you deal with it, And so, I don't know. It's a thing, but I work through it, man. I'm definitely not in, one of the things that was always good for me previously, I used to be in a lot better shape. So having more core strength and leg strength and staying in shape with that kind of stuff always helped a lot more with my back. And I'm not in as good of shape as I used to be. So that's one of the things that's hurting me right now. Yeah. Leroy is a relative newcomer to the series since he only made his Tekken debut in Tekken 7 and was part of the game's third season pass. The trailer had him using some of his Wing Chun style to lay the smack down, and it even had a cameo of his dog Sugar. He got his own statue in the stage too, and his name can also be found on some signs. One sign even says Bob, which might be hinting at Bob's imminent return. Leroy was one of the more controversial parts of Tekken 7's DLC. While players generally loved his visual design, he was notoriously overpowered, as documented by the Score Esports. Leroy dominated the scene for some time, where a huge percentage of high-level players picked this new challenger. Bandai Namco eventually nerfed him a bit, but he was still the undisputed king of the Iron Fist tournament in Tekken 7 during his early days. Take a look at this guy. I love this dude's. This dude, he is super drippy, dude. This guy's got some funk, dude. It's good stuff. Look at the doji, bro. Dude, that's a little gator.
Take out the trash.
Good night.
Get ready for the next battle. Tekken 8. New challenger.
Right, yeah, that's definitely a thing too. Yeah, no doubt.
Yes.
That sucks, Kayla. Bro, he whips out a cane and everything. That's sick.
The fists reveal the fighter.
This dude is cool. I like this guy. This guy's neat. Oh yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about it. Yeah, I mean, can confirm. Can confirm. I've had plenty of injuries, and from time to time, there's still issues of just, you know, rando pain that sets in and stuff from those injuries. Look at that dog! Oh my god! That guy is the coolest Tekken 8 character there is, no doubt about it. Yeah. Yeah, I've had, I've broken my hand, so I've got metal in my hand, and I've broken my wrist, and I've had to have like my entire ulnar bone cut in half to fix a bunch of stuff in my arm. So I've had metal all the way across my right forearm and stuff like that. Eventually they had to take it out because it was causing a bunch of problems and things. But yeah, I've had to have like my entire wrist set with pins. I've still got metal in my hand. They actually had to like take a section of my ulnar bone out to unimpact my wrist. So they had to cut my ulnar bone in half, take like a section of it out just to like make it shorter so that my wrist was not so there was more room in my wrist for flexibility and stuff. I've had a bunch of stuff done to my right arm, so I can confirm. Yeah. And then again, like a few years later, they had to go in, and because the plate that they put on my arm to for everything to heal back into place right after cutting that bone in half, it ended up causing some issues years later, and they had to go back in and take that plate out and everything too. So it was pretty bad. But it could have been worse. So glass was half full in regards to a lot of the issues with my arm, you know. It sucks. I definitely understand. I have days where, you know, I'll just have like pain that shoots through it and stuff like that. But to be fair, and I've got nerve damage in there and stuff like that. So, you know, I get a lot of pins and needles and stuff like that happens in my arm. So, and you know, I get a lot of loss of feeling and things like that in my right arm. But ultimately, one of the first surgeries I had, I was in a ton of pain afterwards, and it didn't stop. It was like they basically botched one of my surgeries, and the surgeon was like, well, all we can do is go in and cut your ulnar nerve in half and bury it in your arm. And I was like, no, you're not doing that. So basically what they wanted to do was take my ulnar nerve. They wanted to snip my ulnar nerve, bury it in my arm, and I was going to lose feeling in half my right arm, which is my dominant arm. And I was like, no, that can't be the only solution. You know, that can't be. And so I basically went and got a second opinion done. And I got lucky and found a really good ortho surgeon, sports medicine place, and they were like, yeah, we can fix this. But they basically had to go in and like clean up a bunch of stuff that got messed up in the first surgery. And that's when they had to like unimpact my wrist by, doing all that stuff with my ulnar in my right arm. And it was a mess, man. I had to have about 3 or 4 surgeries to fix everything that got messed up in the first place. And, it was a process. It sucked, but it could have been worse for sure. Yeah. Well, I mean, just to hear that initially, being a right-handed individual too, I mean, it's not like I would have lost the appendage, but I definitely would have, I would have lost feeling in half of it, so it would have been severely, it would have definitely affected me for the rest of my life. And it was like, this can't be it, dude. So it was worth going and getting a second opinion. So luckily for me, I found I was able to find a really good place that was able to take care of me after that and fix things up. But it was a process, man. But again, like I said, it could have been worse. It definitely could have been worse for me. And there are so many people that have had much worse happen. So I'm fortunate. But I can attest to the pain thing, man. It still hurts. It hurts, Yeah. Oh, dude, yeah, the elbow thing, man. I bet that's terrible. Yeah. I've talked about it. I saw one of my friends in a wrestling. Whenever I was in high school, we were at a wrestling tournament, and I saw one of my friends, which was actually one of my best friends growing up's cousin. We were watching his match, dude, and his elbow totally dislocated out of place. It was a horrible looking dude at the time. It just his entire elbow dislocated, and he just as a reaction grabbed it and slammed it back into place, just as like a subconscious kind of just move. It was just a reactionary kind of thing that took place when it happened. And he cut like, I think it might have been his ulnar nerve. It like sliced his ulnar nerve almost in half when he did it, when he slammed the bone back into place. And dude, it took a lot of rehab and some surgeries and stuff to get him back to a decent place with his arm. It was crazy. That sucks, Farrah. I hate to hear that, dude. I'm sorry. I hope everything's decent now, though. Yeah. Oh, geez, dude. Oh, geez, that's crazy. Wow, Kayla. What's up, Ferret? What are you doing, man? PlayStation Store to introduce accessibility tags. Okay, that's really cool, man. PlayStation has announced that accessibility tags for games on the PS5 store will be rolled out globally from this week, allowing players to view the range of accessibility features available in games prior to purchase. At launch, a variety of games, including God of War Ragnarok, GT7, and Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, will support the tags, according to official PlayStation blog post. All right. Accessibility tags can be viewed by pressing the triangle button when browsing games that support the feature on the PlayStation storefront, providing a more detailed breakdown of what accessibility features each game offers. PlayStation also has confirmed it's collaborating with a number of developers to implement the tags in their own game hubs in the store over the coming weeks and months to increase the number of games this information will be readily available for. Dude, that's awesome. Accessibility is such a huge thing in the gaming industry, needed thing. There's a large amount of focus on it nowadays, but it's been neglected for a long time. And accessibility is fantastic, man. So many people, I mean, just like we were talking about, so many people have injuries, and it doesn't even mean, I mean, you from anything like nerve damage all the way up through like loss of a limb or digits to people with certain kinds of mental deficiencies or whatever. Accessibility is an amazing thing for the industry to be focusing on, to give anybody with any kind of disability the ability to get in and enjoy the world that we love. That the world of gaming is something that everybody should be able to enjoy. And accessibility is that gateway that a lot of people need to get in and enjoy these games that so many of us love so much, Killer headache this morning. Cold symptoms are mostly gone. That's good, dude. Everybody rocking headaches here lately, man. Must be something going around. Yeah. Oh, for real? So is it like just like a I mean, you're probably not like 90 degrees or anything, but it's just not like a full you can't just like fully lock it out, yeah? You got like a little bit of a bend in it or something? It looks straight, you just won't lock, huh? Interesting. Did you think about like having them put like a nice like bolt in it or something that you could like lock it out yourself? You know what I'm saying? Like you just lock it, boom. You know what I mean? Like, yo, Doc, hook me up, man. You know, you just like get a big nice long like cotter key hole through there or something. You know what I'm saying? I need to lock the arm out, dude. Iron Man suit to go with it, yeah, bro. Yeah, dude. Heck yeah, nice. Um, Dude, I think I got the PC issue fixed. I'll talk about it after the news, but I think I got it fixed up. I don't know exactly what did it. I'll tell you everything I did later. But $1 million man, dude. I never really caught that show. No, I know what you're talking about, but I don't really know much about it. But fill me in. Fill me in. Accessibility tags. So let's see this, man. Like, check this out. Yeah, yeah, that's what I thought. It's what I thought you meant. Yeah. Cool, man. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Maybe just like a preferential kind of thing, Kaylee. You know what I mean? What's better for one might not be better for another. You know what I'm saying? Preferences. At launch, there will be more than 50 accessibility tags available for developers to choose from across 6 different categories, including visual, audio, subtitle and caption, control, gameplay, online communication. Yeah, PlayStation described the move as part of its journey to make gaming more accessible for all players. Off the back of the recent announcement of Project Leonardo, the customizable accessible controller kit currently in development. First-party games like The Last of Us Part 2 and the PS5 remaster of Part 1 have previously been celebrated for their extensive accessibility options. It looks like PlayStation is continuing to put in the work to make its games and consoles more accessible for everyone. Accessibility tags will be available only for the PS5 version of the PlayStation storefront. Tags will apply to all PS4 and PS5 games on the platform. The global rollout will eventually begin from this week onwards, and it looks like plenty more games will soon join the host of first-party titles supporting this new accessibility-focused feature. That's cool, man. Good on PlayStation. That's great. That's great, man. Yep. And we know about Project Leonardo and everything too. If you haven't seen that, it's a weird looking little controller, man, for accessibility. But they've got a lot of cool stuff going on, man. Not just PlayStation, the industry. The industry as a whole has a large focus right now on accessibility, which it had been neglected for a long time. Honestly, there are a lot of just individual, kind of people that had taken up the role of trying to increase accessibility as far as like peripherals and stuff like that for such a very long time. And now finally developers are taking note of why accessibility is such a big deal in the industry, and it's a great thing. Oh. Bionic limbs, looks fully human, but arm and legs with super strength and speed. So basically like Jax. Well, I guess Jax's arms looked bionic and everything too, though. He had a bionic eye, yeah. Okay. Nice. Nice. I've just always kind of wanted the Wolverine treatment, you know? Just give me the Wolverine treatment, dog. You know? Give me that stupid healing ability, dude, and give me that skeleton, man. Slackety slack, dude. Give me that Wolverine treatment, baby. I'll take it. That Wolverine's always been my jam, dude. That's the Wolverine's been my dude. That's I've always loved Wolverine. So that's my thing. Isn't that metal supposed to be pretty light though? Isn't it? I can't remember. I don't know a lot of the lore behind it really, but the metal itself. I need to look into it. I don't know, man. Wolverine hasn't ever seemed like it bothered him too much. You know what I'm saying? 300 pounds? Eh. Well, I mean, think of it like this. Running around with so he himself is 300 pounds, right? If you think about it like this, if your skeleton is that strong, you know what I mean? Then your body's going to compensate by. I mean, look at Wolverine. He's usually just super jacked, right? Your body is going to compensate by needing to lug around that skeleton, that heavy skeleton, by increasing your muscle mass, yeah? Which is why he's probably so flippin' jacked all the time. You know, that makes sense. Yeah, most mutants in that universe are jacked, right? But I mean, if you think about it in that kind of context, you know, Wolverine, if he, you know, after the adamantium, you know, skeleton thing happened for him, then it's like it would make sense, dude, that his body continued to get like just stronger and stronger to lug that thing around, you know? I mean, I'm just spitballing here. Seems like a logical kind of reaction, wouldn't it? It'd basically be like constantly running around lifting weights, you know? Everything you would do would be like lifting weights, man. So your body would just have to get jacked. Because he's not like a very tall dude, you know? Not traditionally, I don't think. Hugh Jackman is not like a short guy or anything, but I think in the comic books and stuff like that, I don't think that Wolverine's necessarily traditionally supposed to be like a really tall dude or anything. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just spitballing, dude. Theory crafting, you know what I mean? Modern Warfare 2 is bringing back an iconic Call of Duty sniper. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Season 3 will reintroduce the iconic intervention sniper known as the FJX Imperium. This sniper will feature fast aim down sight speeds, easy handling, and looks exactly like the intervention sniper from 2009's Modern Warfare 2. The news comes by way of a video shared by Charlie Intel, which features footage from the famous sniper in action, along with a new 6v6 map called Paleo's Lighthouse. Are you serious? He's only supposed to be like 5'3"? What? I thought he was supposed to be like 5'7" or 5'8" or something like that. He's supposed to be that short, dude? Like, canonically, through the like comic books and stuff? Really? Interesting. Holy crap, that's news to me, dude. I didn't know that. Could you imagine? bro, he's literally like it's like 5'3" at 300 pounds, dog. That's like just muscle and adamantium skeleton. You know what I mean? it's like you're trying to pick up a bowling ball, dog. It's like that's massive, dude. That's insane. What a little chonk, dude. I had no idea. Pick of the new 6v6 map. Let's see here. That's crazy. Thanks, dude. I had no idea. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, that's fine.
I'm FaZe Dirty. I'm at the Infinity Ward Studios. I was invited here not knowing anything. About to hop into a playtest with some snipers. Wait a second. That looks really familiar. FJX Imperium is amazing. It's like nostalgic mixed with new, powerful. The feel of it, the way it scopes in, feels really good. It's so good. You guys are gonna love it. Be ready.
Oh, you like Bucky too?
FaZe Dirty.
Kayla, yeah.
Ward Studios. I was invited here.
That Winter Soldierness. Bucky's way cooler than Captain America, I'll tell you that. yeah. That's what I was thinking too, Ferret. Yeah, dude was pretty good. He was probably using hacks, bro. He was probably using hacks, dog. Oh, dude. The intervention sniper is one of the most beloved Call of Duty weapons of all time. Players are fond of its ease of use, and it's easy to quickly scope in, pull off a shot, then rapidly line up a new target within the blink of an eye. Players learned to master the weapon in 2009, with many players dominating the playing field with the intervention. It's unclear how the FJX Imperium will differ from the intervention, if at all, but it appears and sounds identical. The unlock requirements for the FJX Imperium have not yet been revealed, but it will likely be tied to the Battle Pass or an in-game challenge based on previous weapons. Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2.0 Season 3 launches on or around April 12th will serve as a free update to all players. Unclear what exactly the update will entail. The Warzone 2.0 ranked and plunder modes are supposed to be added alongside Season 3. Players are also anticipating additional features, balancing changes, and limited time modes during the new season to keep things fresh. Activision will likely release a blog post highlighting what else to expect from the upcoming season. All right. If you guys want more out of that, I'll link it for you. So Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 goes on sale for a very limited time. A new sale for Modern Warfare 2 is happening right now. This was yesterday. Yesterday at about 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern. But it won't be lasting very long at all since it's released at the end of this past year. Modern Warfare 2 hasn't really been discounted. Outside of a few rare instances to coincide with the holidays, Activision has continued to sell the game for its typical retail value since it has continued to move copies at a high rate. Fortunately, if you've been waiting for a sale of any sort, you have one day to get Modern Warfare 2 for a lower price than normal. Available at Best Buy as part of the retailer's spring video game sale, promotion Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 has now been marked down by $15. This brings the game to a cost of, Jesus, this is insane to me, $55 across Xbox and PlayStation platforms, which is hardly enough to qualify this as a major deal. Still, given that Modern Warfare 2 has essentially never been sold at a lower cost at all in recent months, this brief discount is noteworthy. Only available for one day. It's still crazy. This looks to me like a $5 discount, you know? I cannot get behind this whole $70 price tag thing, man. It's so stupid. I don't get it, dude. It didn't need to happen, in my opinion. So like $15 off, and then it's like so you can get it at $54.99. It's like, what, man? It looks so weird to me. I don't know. I mean, if you're interested, I'll link it for you, but. And then lost on sales tax. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Street Fighter film and television rights land at Legendary. Legend, wait for it. Dairy Entertainment has acquired film and television rights to video game franchise Street Fighter. Any upcoming projects, including one feature film that's already in the works, will be co-developed and produced in conjunction with Japanese video game distributor Capcom. Since the franchise launched in '87, Street Fighter has sold over 49 million units worldwide, becoming one of the most well-known and highest-grossing video game franchises of all time. That number is about to jump up too, dude, because Street Fighter, excuse me, Street Fighter 6 is about to drop. Street Fighter 6 is about to drop, and that number is going to jump up quite a bit. Spawned other games, various spin-offs and crossovers featuring characters like Ryu, Ken, Chun-Li, Guile, M. Bison. Capcom is behind other popular games such as Resident Evil and Monster Hunter. Hollywood has yet to master a live screen version of Street Fighter, though there have been several attempts. Universal's 94 action film Street Fighter, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme. Kylie Monique is in that, dude. I didn't know that. It's awesome. Ming Na Wen and Raul Julia was a critical and commercial misfire, as was 20th Century Fox's 2009 adaptation Street Fighter: The Legend of Chun-Li with Kristen Kruk. Legendary, which has a new distribution deal with Sony, has experience with adaptations of all kinds, including novels, comic books, and more with Dune, Godzilla vs. Kong, Pokemon Detective Pikachu, and Enola Holmes. The company recently cut ties with Warner Brothers, which is still releasing Dune Part 2 on November 3rd. Oh, I can't wait, dude. I can't wait. That version of the Street Fighter movie, dude. With Van Damme, yeah. Plans to bring Street Fighter to the big screen comes at a boon time for gaming adaptations. The genre, which was once synonymous with box office failures, has experienced a revival thanks to Sonic the Hedgehog and its 2022 sequel, Tom Holland's Uncharted, Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves, and the upcoming Super Mario Bros. Movie. Yo, Ferret, didn't you go watch Dungeons & Dragons, dude? Or am I tripping? Oh, a friend of yours did. Okay. Did they like it? Said it was good? Yeah, I've heard good things so far. I've heard good things. Which was good. I was worried about it because the thing that was throwing me off was that it looked a bit slapstick for like a dungeon. Like when I think Dungeons and Dragons, I think like raw, like, you know, not that it can't have comedy in it and stuff. Even non-D&D people would enjoy it. That's good. That's good. Yeah. It looked very slapstick, like kind of comedy to me. And I wasn't really expecting that out of a Dungeons and Dragons movie, to be honest. So I was not sure how that was going to take, but apparently people are really enjoying it, which is awesome. Justice Department accuses Activision Blizzard of suppressing esports salaries. The Department of Justice on Monday announced a civil antitrust lawsuit against the video game giant Activision Blizzard, alleging that the Santa Monica-based firm limited competition among esports players in its professional Overwatch and Call of Duty leagues. Professional esports players, like all workers, deserve the benefits of competition for their services, said Assistant Attorney General Jonathan Cantor in a written statement. Activision's conduct prevented that from happening. Microsoft is set to acquire Activision Blizzard for $69 billion, a deal that recently cleared several regulatory hurdles on its path towards closure after Microsoft finally was like, we'll just give everybody 10-year deals, to get this done. The Justice Department's complaint said that the independently owned teams that competed in the two Activision leagues agreed to a competitive balance tax that effectively operated as a salary cap. This, the complaint said, violated the Sherman Antitrust Act by limiting competition in the league and suppressing players' pay. Teams were fined and their total player compensation exceeded a threshold set by Activision each year. The complaint said for every dollar a team spent over that threshold, Activision would fine the team $1 and distribute the collected sum pro rata to all non-offending teams in the league. 1 second, guys. Sorry. Following a Justice Department investigation into the tax, according to the document, Activision told teams in late 2021 it would no longer enforce it. Still, Activision should be enjoined from implementing the competitive balance tax or any similar rule or restraint in the future. Complaint filed today in the U.S. District Court. This is probably yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. The complaint filed yesterday in the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia was accompanied by a consent decree proposal that, if approved, would prohibit, I need to turn those off. So there we go. Okay. Hey, stop it. Prohibit Activision from imposing any rule that would directly or indirectly limit player compensation in any of Activision's professional esports leagues, or that would tax, fine, or otherwise penalize any team for exceeding a certain amount of compensation for its players. That consent decree, if approved by the court, would also require the gaming company to certify that it didn't have competitive balance taxes in any of its esports leagues, as well as to notify esports teams, and players of the final judgment. Excuse me. Activision Blizzard spokesperson Delaney Simmons said in an email to the Times that the company has reached a settlement over this issue. The company maintains that the competitive balance tax was lawful, did not adversely affect players' salaries. Tax was never levied, and the leagues voluntarily dropped it from our rules in 2021. The Justice Department's complaint is not the only legal snarl Activision Blizzard has faced in recent years. Yeah, in February, the Activision Blizzard had agreed to pay $35 million to settle allegations it lacked systems for collecting employees' workplace misconduct complaints, had violated a whistleblower protection rule. In 2022, after an Equal Employment Opportunity Commission lawsuit, Activision Blizzard agreed to set up an $18 million fund for employees who dealt with sexual harassment or discrimination. This was on top of employee walkouts and lawsuits over the company's culture. The former California Department of Fair Employment and Housing at one point accused Activision Blizzard division of a pervasive frat boy workplace culture and rampant pay discrimination. The game industry and the competitive world of esports have grown in popularity in recent years, and in the process brought along major paydays for some. According to industry researcher Newzoo, 2.9 billion people play video games in 2020. That number could hit 3.6 billion by 2025. According to trade group Entertainment Software Association, Americans alone spent a total of $56.6 billion on gaming last year. It's a lot of money. But we needed that price tag to go up. You know what I'm saying? We needed that price tag to go from $60 to $70 on those games, because apparently this, in America alone, this number just wasn't high enough. You know what I mean? Like, dude, give me a break. Oh my God. It's so gross, man. I want to see this dude's shirt. I want to see this guy's shirt. It's looking probably pretty good, Yeah, look, I've said this all along, Activision Blizzard, one of the main reasons in which I don't care to play their games right now is because of a lot of what we just read about. This is not a company that I care to be behind. It's not a company I care to help. And people go, well, you don't have to. They've got games that are free to play, so you're not helping. To me, that playing a game and contributing to their player base, their numbers, that's still helping. And for me, a lot of what has come to light about this company and who they are and what they've become, that's a big part of why I don't want to play their games. I know a lot of people don't understand that, and that's fine. But for me, in being a huge Blizzard fan of Blizzard games for such a very long time through growing up, all the Diablo stuff, the World of Warcraft, just Warcraft, StarCraft, all that kind of stuff. I played all that stuff. the more I have found out about what Blizzard turned into, the less I care to be a part of anything that has to do with them. And which is one of the reasons why whenever I found out Microsoft was prepared to buy Activision Blizzard, I was excited about that. I don't ever expect Blizzard to be the same company they once were, but I do think that if any kind of bigger company could come in, take them over, and turn them back into something decent, I think Microsoft is one of the companies that could do that. And I'm hopeful that that would be the case because ultimately I would love to go back to playing some Blizzard games. You know, right now I don't feel comfortable with it. And so that's why I don't do it. But hopefully at some point in the future, man, they'll be back to something decent. I think hopefully Microsoft will be the catalyst behind that. And I'll be able to play their games again, you know? If you want more out of this article, I'll link it to you. Xbox Game Pass announces first games leaving in April. We've already kind of hit on this, but these are the games leaving, okay? The first half of April, these are the games: Quantum Break, Rainbow Six Extraction, Long Dark, Moonglow Bay, Life is Strange True Colors, The Rift Breaker, The Dungeon of Nahulbeck, The Amulet of Chaos, Chicken Edition. Seems good. So those are the titles right there. So we've already kind of hit on this before. They've got trailers in here if you're interested. These are the games leaving Game Pass. What you need to know is, like, I just linked that as well, so if you want to take a look. But these games are slated to leave Game Pass very soon. The first half of April here. So you've got roughly another, week and a half maybe to get in and play these games. And if you're worried about, if you want to own them and you're a Game Pass member, then before they leave Game Pass, you can get like a 20% discount on them. But you have to purchase them before they leave Game Pass through Microsoft. That's the caveat there, right? But those are the titles leaving, okay? Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, we talk about that a lot. Whether you're talking about the gaming industry or just any other industry in general, employers don't do a good job of taking care of their employees, really, for the most part. It's not like there aren't good companies out there that do a decent job of taking care of their employees anymore. But I hear horror stories all the time, and it makes me feel like they're just a lot of corporations just don't have any kind of focus on their employees anymore. Employees or consumers for that matter. It's just all numbers. How much can we get done with the least amount of workforce as possible? More work done, less people, which means, it makes everybody feel like they can't take time off because they're already overwhelmed with the amount of work put on their shoulders. And then if they take time off, then they're even more overwhelmed, or their coworkers are overwhelmed with having to try to take on the work that those people are leaving whenever they have to take time off or whatever. It's a bad situation. There's a lot of ins and outs to it, and that's just one example of things that I've seen a lot here over probably about the past decade or so, where friends, family, myself in careers. I mean, it's insane. Like, businesses just not doing what they should be doing to take care of their people, And then what happens is the culture just gets absolutely destroyed. Nobody wants to be there. Nobody wants to work, because it's just, you can't dig yourself out of a hole, and everybody's got a sour attitude because the company doesn't care either. They're still making money and things are still getting done, and but not in a good way, that's for sure. So I don't know. It's bad. I don't think gaming industry is the only one that deals with this kind of stuff for sure. Prime Gaming offers 15 games in April, including Wolfenstein New Order. All right. Prime Gaming is leveling up its offerings for subscribers in April with a total of 15 games coming out throughout the month. The major titles in the list includes Wolfenstein The New Order, Looking for Aliens, and Art of Fighting 3. This is just a fraction of the titles that will be available to subscribers beginning this month. As always, Amazon Luna also launching its own titles in April. The 15 games coming to Prime Gaming users throughout the month, starting on April 6th, so 2 days from now. In addition to the aforementioned titles, Prime subscribers get the following titles in April. Wolfenstein The New Order, Ninja Commando, and Art of Fighting 3, all hitting on April 6th. The Beast Inside, Icewind Dale Enhanced Edition, Crossed Swords, Ghost Pilots, all of those hitting on the 13th. Beholder 2, Terraformers, Metal Slug 4, Ninja Masters, all hitting on the 20th. Looking for Aliens, Grime, Sengoku, and Magician Lord, all hitting on the 27th. Prime Gaming also offering in-game rewards for users throughout the month, including those in League of Legends, Valorant, Teamfight Tactics. There's a whole slew of in-game content they give away every single month. I mean, it's a ton of stuff. Warframe, Lost Ark. I mean, you name it, dude. There's all kinds of stuff. But here's the thing: if you do have Amazon Prime already and you're not taking advantage of getting these free games, then you're missing out. It's free content, it's free games, and they do give away some decent titles, and they do it every single month. I mean, outside of Epic Games, there's no other platform that's really giving away games at this rate. Epic Games and really Amazon Prime Gaming, they're the ones where this content comes from on the free front, as well as Amazon or Prime Gaming doing the in-game collaboration stuff for in-game content through a lot of Riot's games and just all kinds of different titles they collaborate with developers on. So if you already have Amazon Prime, you should be looking at getting into the Prime Gaming side. It's free if you have Amazon Prime already, and you just get this free gaming content. The thing that's a bit wonky about it is that Amazon does have their own platform. So a lot of these titles are going to be, you're going to be redeeming them on Amazon Prime Gaming platform. They've got a desktop application, or they've got a website you can just go to for Prime Gaming, log into your Amazon Prime account, and you just claim them. You claim the games and everything, right? Of note here is that some of the games they give away are also games that you'll get keys for good old games. So not every game you redeem will be on Amazon's platform. Some of the games you redeem, it'll give you a code. You take that code over to GOG, Good Old Games, and that's where you'll redeem that code at. Good Old Games is a great platform, so don't scoff at that. Good Old Games is a great platform that one of the biggest things they have going for that platform is that there's no DRM. So if it's a single player game and it has no like online component to those games or whatever, then as long as you've got it downloaded and installed already, you don't have to worry about hitting GOG servers before you can play those games or anything like many other platforms do. You just boot the game up and play it. You don't have to connect to any server for verification purposes or anything like that. GOG's good stuff. The other thing that's really good about GOG, excuse me, in my opinion, they've got a great sync strategy going on or mechanic for their platform. So you can get on there and you can sync up your other PC gaming platforms, whether it be EA or Origin or Epic or Steam. Any of those things can be synced up to your GOG platform for like kind of a one-stop shop to look at your entire library of games across all your platforms. Now, it's not necessarily going to be able to boot all those games up for you through GOG, but it will show you all the games you have in one kind of central location. So you can actually access them, go, I want to play this, and it'll like, if you've got it linked up, it'll take you over to that platform and go, okay, this is where you need to play it at. You've got it on this platform or whatever. But GOG is a good spot. It's a good spot. It's a good platform. It's one of the only platforms you'll find. It's one of the very rare platforms, and one of the only that you'll find nowadays that you don't have to deal with DRM. So it's a good spot. I highly recommend looking into that, and it's not a bad thing that you're getting free games through Amazon for your GOG account. So don't scoff at that. But if you need this list, and also if you don't have Prime Gaming but you're interested in some of these titles, do you have to revalidate them a lot? Yeah, I haven't done a whole lot of that. That's good to know, Ferret. Okay, right on. So if you're interested in some of the Prime Gaming content, you're wanting to get some of that, but you don't have Amazon Prime, if you just do some searches into how to get some free trials of Amazon Prime, you can get a month or two of Amazon Prime for free here and there if you just know where to look online. And there's like promotional stuff out there to get that done, so look into it. You get that Amazon Prime free trial, then you get Amazon Prime Gaming along with it for that month or two or whatever. So there are ways to get it. Okay. The Republic of Gaming, this is Asus, handheld PC is real, and Asus announced it in the worst way. Okay. Asus announced its handheld gaming PC as an April Fool's joke, then left it to sit for a couple of days before revealing the truth. Wow. Okay. So update 1. Asus has confirmed the Republic of Gaming Ally, its own, this is often just going to be referred to as ROG, right? This is Asus's top-of-the-line gaming, top-tier gaming line of stuff is always, that's their ROG stuff, okay? Its own handheld gaming PC is real. This follows a painfully long-winded April Fool's Day joke announcing the product. To get you up to speed, the ROG Ally is a handheld gaming PC that Asus announced on April Fool's Day and confirmed to be a joke. Then they kept going on about it after the fact. Now, 2 days later, they're revealing the actual April Fool's Day joke was that it was real all along. Yeah, that's dumb. Basically, there's no joke. Never was. What? So Dave 2D has the details, confirms that inside the ROG Ally is a custom AMD SoC built on TSMC's 4nm process node. Houses a Zen 4 CPU and an RDNA 3 GPU, which means it's up to date with the latest processors and graphics cards available as discrete desktop parts today. Sounds like it should be a more performant processor than the one found in the Steam Deck, which is going to be needed as Asus has fitted with a 7-inch 1080p 16:9 screen, more pixels than the Steam Deck's 800p screen, and the Ally will run faster at up to 120 Hz too. Whether that 4nm AMD silicon will be able to make the most of that resolution and refresh rate, we'll have to wait and see, but it should be a smoother experience in games that can. According to Dave 2D, the even better news is that the Ally runs pretty quiet. In their testing, the Ally ran around 20 decibels under load, while the Steam Deck, which isn't the loudest device ever, at 37 decibels. The device runs Windows 11, but there's a custom Asus app that includes a game launcher and allows for some tweaks to the handheld system on the fly. In our experience with other Windows-powered handhelds, they're not quite as sleek to operate as Valve's Linux SteamOS on the Steam Deck, so that's something to keep an eye on. At least Windows is less restrictive on what games can be played, as some online games like Destiny won't work on the Steam Deck. Ideally, Asus can nail its own launcher app, and you don't have to dip into onto the Windows desktop that often. The genuinely exciting part of the ROG Ally is that it'll hook up to one of Asus's external GPU enclosures, which use a proprietary connection that should mean you can bump up its GPU performance massively, even up to an RTX 4090, and assuming you can still run all the other display outputs on the GPU enclosure, it might be a decent way to dock the device at home and play demanding games at a higher resolution. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, Ferret. Yeah. That is pretty interesting right here, though. The key information that we're missing right now is price. Device looks good, but the Steam Deck's appeal is it's pretty low price for a gaming PC. Asus told Dave 2D the price will be very competitive, but beyond that, we don't know. Let's see this. So this
Anyone
is
who tries
not
to make
just
device
a
to
cloud gaming
compete
device
against
either,
the Steam
right?
Deck has a very tough time because this is a handheld gaming PC and it only costs $400. And a bunch of companies have tried, right? They've come out with devices that have had better hardware than the Steam Deck, but they've never had a compelling price.
Okay, dude. I'm afraid to keep watching that. If I'm gonna upload this, it's probably gonna get taken out. So I'll link this for you guys to take a look at. This is gonna be Dave 2D stuff, and this will probably get copyright. So if I watch all this, it'll just get yoinked out of the video anyways. This will show it right here, though. So I'll link this so you guys can watch the comparison from Dave 2D.
Here at ROG, we're always pushing the boundaries of gaming.
We'll see what
constantly striving for
Asus's
better
show is.
performance in smaller devices. From convertible laptops.
No, that's what I'm
and
saying. Is like
tablets to
uploading it to
controllers, and
YouTube.
even smart contact lenses.
YouTube.
Nothing has ever stopped us from going further
Quite often,
and
depending
harder.
on the
And
creator
now,
and
we're
stuff,
combining all
it'll
our
just
know-how
get
into
automatically
one
caught
single
for
device
a
to wear the
copyright.
crown.
And that's an
ROG's
that's a
first
YouTube
handheld
video of
console.
its in and of itself right there
This
from
time,
some other
we're
content
finally
creator,
bringing true
right?
PC
And they're gonna go,
performance to your
oh wait,
life
this is
on
my
the go.
content you're
The
trying to put in
ROG
your
Ally is a
content,
Windows
and
gaming
I don't
handheld
want it
that
there.
allows you
So
to pick up and play all your game libraries wherever you are.
it's not a
whenever
Twitch
you
thing.
want.
It's me uploading my
To make it all
news segments to
possible,
YouTube.
ROG and AMD work together to custom.
And until I pull that content out, which is a pain in the butt,
taking your AAA game
Yeah.
out of your gaming room is no longer a fantasy. And thanks to the high-performance display, you can enjoy gorgeous and smooth full HD gaming wherever you go, even under the sun or the spotlight. The Ally is the achievement of years of ROG intelligent cooling. Featuring a dual fan design, it stays cool and silent in your hands and guarantees great performance with quiet operation. Get instant access to all your games and settings in Armory Crate. Set up different key mappings and add games from multiple platforms. Experience Ally's full potential with the ROG XG Mobile eGPU while charging your device and
how many
streaming your game
acronyms
to
were
the
in
big
that, dude?
screen.
God dang. Nice acting, bro.
All you need is the ROG Ally, and all it needs.
I might sit out here and freeze to death, but I'm going to do it while I game. I mean, to be fair, that's about what all of us true gamers would do. Dude, I might freeze to death, but I'm going to go down playing a game. Yeah, dude. Yeah. All right. Yeah, dude, he's definitely gonna die out there, I think. So yeah, here's the big thing. It's like with this kind of stuff, whenever I'm showing things off for the news segment, this being more along the lines of like some individual creator, right? Usually when it's like an individual creator, sometimes they don't care, but quite often they will as well. And so like an individual creator's content, if I show that off, then they'll have it to where it'll get automatically caught within my own content when I try to upload. And it'll be like, yo, you can't upload this until this content is removed from your content. And then it takes a significant amount of time more for me to just like get it removed, clipped out of my content before I can upload and stuff. So quite often I just avoid it, as opposed to just like something from like a manufacturer's video or something, like something from Nintendo or something from like Asus or whatever, they don't really care because all they see it as is like more promotion, right? So they don't really care. It's like, oh, hey, somebody showed this off in their video, whatever, So yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to get a lot more stats on it. The other thing that's of note here, right? I mean, when you talk about devices coming in to compete with the Steam Deck all of the way around is a very, very, very user-friendly device. Whether you're talking about making your own repairs, getting the opening it up, to make your own repairs, not voiding the warranty, getting replacement parts at a very cheap price, being able to mess with the operating system to get things done that you need to get done for the device. There's a lot of stuff. Yeah, fair. Yeah. Cool, man. There's a lot of stuff that Valve has done very, 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 very well with the Steam Deck. And that's why it's been so widely, regarded as a great piece of hardware for PC gaming, especially obviously mobile PC gaming, right? So, we've seen a lot of other devices come about to try and compete in that space, but a lot of them have been more in the like cloud gaming space. And that's not the same thing that like the Steam Deck is. This is legit PC gaming platform stuff, right? And it looks like this is what ROG or Asus is trying to do here, is to compete directly, in the same space as the Steam Deck. And we'll just have to see how it goes. It's hard for me to believe that there's going to be another device that comes out that's going to be on the same level as the Steam Deck right now. It's really, really, it's a great device, man. And if competition's good, don't get me wrong. Competition's good, so I hope so. But Steam's really set themselves on another level with this device. And we would need to see battery life. We would need to see, obviously, one of the issues that you're going to have to take into consideration here is build quality. How long is this thing going to last? Are there going to be people that start having issues with this? Asus is known to be, they're a well-regarded company, but that doesn't mean that they won't have issues with this device. Time will tell. And things of that nature, warranty, replacements, if things do need to be fixed, how easy is it for the user to do it themselves, or does it have to be? Because, I mean, that's one of the big components, one of the big things around Steam Deck. They've done a great job with that. So time will tell, and we'll see. But, yeah, it was a weird play for them to go about this yo, ha, 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 April Fools, we've got a new device. And then it's not a joke. It's real. Like, what kind of play is that? That's weird. I don't know. Seems odd. But if you guys need more out of that article, I'll link it for you. Kind of a weird play there. Konami looks set to re-enter console gaming arena with Konami Osaka studio opening. Konami has been planning a comeback after basically leaving the console gaming market in 2015. Has announced today that the company's new Osaka studio is now open. Konami says the new development studio is equipped with state-of-the-art equipment to create groundbreaking video games for the current crop of video game consoles. The Japanese company also said that it plans to open the Konami Group's next-generation resource and development center in 2025. The company had been outsourcing its IPs like Silent Hill, with the second entry being completely remade from the ground up by Blooper Team. It seems like this will continue. Konami said, Konami Osaka Studio is a developmental relocation of the existing studio and comes with the concept of creators first. It's characterized by a well-developed environment where creators can demonstrate their full potential. Is set up in a location with convenient transportation access. As the major production center in Western Japan, the facility is fully equipped with motion capture equipment and sound studios necessary for product development. Scheduled for completion in 2025, Konami's group's next generation research and development center, Konami Creative Front Tokyo Bay, is in the process of construction at Ariake Kodoku, Tokyo. Okay, well, we'll see what comes from it. Konami's definitely getting ramped up with some new stuff. I mean, we've seen Konami's got some decent IPs under their belt, you know, obviously with they're bringing back things like Silent Hill, and there's been a lot of ask for Castlevania to be brought back. You know, people love Castlevania. And so there's hype around these IPs that they have, and we know Silent Hill's coming, and they've been talking about getting Castlevania ramped back up. We know that Dead Cells is doing Castlevania mashup right now, so we're seeing Castlevania back into the forefront of some gaming stuff, not as an independent IP, you know, or anything, but it's building the hype machine anyways, which is good for them. TechCrunch, man, back in November, what is it? Nintendo and mobile games company DNA launched Nintendo Systems. Okay, so we knew that DNA was being part of the Nintendo stuff. We read about this a while back. Back in November, Nintendo and app developer DNA announced its joint venture company called Nintendo Systems, which is meant to help reinforce Nintendo's business and create value-added services, according to Nintendo's Japanese website. Today, the company's officially launched the Nintendo Systems website. The 8-year-old partnership between Nintendo and DNA dates back to 2015. The companies had worked on various titles together, such as Super Mario Run, Mario Kart Tour, Pokemon Masters, and Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, among others. What up, Reject? What's going on, buddy? What up, party people? What are you doing, dude? The technology, this is a quote, the technology surrounding the internet is changing at a dizzying pace day by day and is becoming more complex. Under these circumstances, Nintendo Systems will leverage the relationship of trust between Nintendo and DNA, which has been cultivated through a partnership of more than 7 years, and use Nintendo's originality and DNA's knowledge of technology as the driving force to create new innovations for the world, the company's added. Not yet known what exactly the two companies are currently working on together. At this time, no games or software have been announced. TechCrunch reached out to Nintendo for comment. Okay, well, we'll see what comes. We knew this was kind of happening. It's kind of their official, we are a thing together. You know, that's what this is, but we knew that this was coming already. So, Reject, how you doing, man? What it do, bruh? Nintendo Switch Online's new Pokemon game doesn't really address the ongoing preservation problem. Pokemon Stadium joins Nintendo Switch Online on April 12th, so like 8 days. Pokemon Stadium is coming to Switch Online later this month, but it's not quite enough to make up for fans losing access to 75% of all Pokemon games last month. After announcing that it was coming to the service last year, on April 4th, Nintendo revealed that Pokemon Stadium, which was originally released for the Switch originally released for the Nintendo 64 back in 1999, would be heading to the Nintendo 64 library on the Switch on April 12th. This is great news for those that don't own a 64 anymore, as it gives fans access to a game that was otherwise unplayable unless they had the original console and cartridge. The 3D turn-based game features Pokemon from Pokemon Yellow, Red, and Blue, and sees trainers go up against other players, as well as CPU to battle Pokemon and play a range of minigames. Although fans are glad to see Nintendo bringing back more classic Pokemon titles, doesn't quite make up for the amount it took away when the Nintendo 3DS and Wii U eShops closed their doors for good on the 27th of last month. Shortly before the store shut down, it was discovered that 75% of all Pokemon titles would disappear commercially when Nintendo closed the 3DS and Wii U eShops, including fan-favorite mainline games such as Pokemon Red and Blue, Pokemon Yellow, Pokemon Gold and Silver, Y, X, and Sun and Moon, and more. There's still always a chance that some of these games could make their way back to Switch Online, especially those very first Pokemon games now that we have the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance emulator on Switch. But right now, there's no way to purchase these games unless you buy a pre-owned copy of the original cartridge or disc. Yeah, it feels bad, dude. I mean, we talked about this a lot. The Nintendo's terrible about this. Instead of Nintendo just getting rid, this is what, in my opinion, Nintendo needs to do and has needed to do for a while. Nintendo doesn't need to have Nintendo Switch Online. Nintendo needs to have Nintendo Online. And it doesn't need to be a new online platform with each next iteration of their new platform, their new console. It needs to just stay Nintendo Online. And rather than them shutting down the eShop for the Wii U and the 3DS, they should have just migrated those eShops over to Nintendo Online, where anybody that has those consoles, those platforms, they can still access that content, as well as the Switch Online stuff, or any other, like the Wii stuff, anything. They should all be on the same one. It should all be on the same shop, dude. So I don't know. It feels bad. Nintendo's always been terrible about this stuff. Anytime they come out with a new console, they come out with a new platform, and then the old one's shut down, and we lose access to the old content. But Nintendo also doesn't want anybody accessing the old content through emulators or anything like that to preserve history, even though they don't want to give people access to it either. It's a bad situation. So we talked about it a lot. Nintendo sucks in this fashion. They always have. What is... I was like, what is that word, dude? Phantominalrific. Phantominalrific. Did I get that right? That's fantastic, astronomical, and terrific all in one. It has to be close, you know. Nice, dude. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that, man. It's good to see you, buddy. NVIDIA's GeForce Now finally sold me on cloud gaming. The streaming performance isn't perfect, but in many ways, it's better than lots of at-home gaming hardware. I got it. Solid, dude. That's a first for me. This is a long article, man. Let's TLDR this. For $10 per month or $50 for 6 months, a priority tier reduces the wait, extends play sessions to 6 hours, and offers better graphics. The ultimate tier, which I tested, costs $20 per month or $100 for 6 months. At present, it's the only tier with ultra widescreen support and up to 240 Hz refresh rates, and extends play sessions to 8 hours. $200 per year may seem steep, but consider that desktop PCs with comparable RTX 4080 graphics cards start at around $2,500. In theory, this model is great for folks who already have a catalog of PC games, want to access it in more places. I love being able to play games like Ultra Kill or Descenders in GeForce Now. Pick up where I left off on my actual PC and Steam Deck. NVIDIA's approach also provides a kind of insurance. Even if GeForce Now ceases to exist, you can pick up a gaming PC and still have access to all the games you bought. The problem is that GeForce Now doesn't work with enough games in the first place. Of the 248 games in my Steam library, GeForce Now only supports 54 of them. I have another 70 games in the Epic Game Store, only 20 of which work with GeForce Now. Games from GOG.com, the Microsoft Store, Amazon Games, and itch.io aren't available at all. This isn't entirely NVIDIA's fault. In GeForce Now's early days, NVIDIA allowed players to access any games they already owned, but then publishers raised a stink, and NVIDIA started asking them to opt into the service. Getting more games into GeForce Now has been a slog ever since. Microsoft has at least promised to support the service in the future, but that's only by dint of regulatory pressure, all of which makes GeForce Now feel like yet another proof of concept in a field that's always been filled with them, just not for technology reasons. While NVIDIA has shown that game streaming can match or in some ways exceed an actual gaming PC, the business side still has some catching up to do. All right. Well, yeah, I can see the appeal of GeForce Now. I really can. I'm not at a point where I feel like I need it, you know, but I can see the appeal of it. And that was a pretty good, nice summary for it there. This is a long article, dude. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but if you guys want to take a further look at everything that this author has to provide in regards to their feelings about what NVIDIA GeForce Now is bringing to the table and why it is something that is enticing for gamers, then check out that article I just put in chat, okay? This is going to be the last article I have for the morning. Then we're going to get into some gaming stuff, baby. We've got probably a little bit of Warframe while we wait on Pinky to get home. So probably a couple hours of Warframe, and then we'll get into more Divinity. Okay, Divinity for the rest of the day after that. The Last of Us PC port, if anybody has anything to add that I haven't hit on, or that I might not be aware of, or whatever that's going on within the video gaming industry, let me know, man, and we'll address it before we move on, okay? Last of Us PC port deemed effectively a beta in new technical analysis. Digital Foundry's new analysis of The Last of Us Part 1's PC port calls it one of the most disappointing in recent memory. Last of Us Part 1 came out on PC last week. Didn't take long for fans to note the port's extensive technical problems and strange glitches in negative Steam reviews. Now, noted tech outlet Digital Foundry has released a thorough analysis of the port, calling it effectively a beta and one of the most disappointing port jobs in recent memory. The hour-long video analysis shows off the game running, hush your mouth, on 3 different machines, a PS5, a top-of-the-line PC with a RTX 4090, and a more modest setup with an RTX 2070 Super. Throughout the piece, Digital Foundry notes that the game's steep VRAM requirements effectively lock out many PC users entirely, with 8 gigabyte cards unable to deliver anything approaching a playable experience. Last of Us Part 1 plays much better on a GPU with 10 or 11 gigs of VRAM, but its extremely high CPU requirements are also an issue, causing hitching and dropping frames on all but the most powerful PCUs. The video also includes several bugs that players have reported, including missing lighting and an outright crash. The analysis says that though there have already been several hotfixes issued for the port, fixes for the more serious issues will likely take a significant amount of time. The overall conclusion of the piece is clear. Unless you have a supercomputer, this port is not a good way to play The Last of Us Part 1. In GameSpot's The Last of Us Part 1 review for PS5, critic Jake Decker praised the remake's visual improvements while noting how far gaming has come in the intervening years. Here's what I don't understand. Why are games like this, we even saw an article yesterday which didn't make any sense to me, okay? We saw an article yesterday where somebody was trying to say that it was developers are making games in a way that our hardware nowadays for PC just can't run them. And it was like, what are you talking about? What that tells me is that they are not optimizing these games for PC. It's not a problem with hardware, it's a problem with development. Not only that, but they were talking about a bunch of games that have terrible PC versions that run absolutely fine on console. So how are you going to tell me that we've got these games on console that run fine, and then they put them over on PC and they run like pieces of trash, when a console is like the equivalent of a mid-tier PC, maybe. Like, what are we talking about here? Matching the PS size CPU. We're talking about a 3700X. No. I don't have disdain for consoles. No. That's not what this is. What we're talking about is that we've seen I saw an article yesterday, Reject, that was talking about how the problem with games, it actually noted games like The Last of Us Part 1, Forspoken, games like that came out both on console and PC, where they didn't talk about the console version at all. No, I know, but it's important for people to understand this. They weren't talking about the console version at all. All they were talking about was how bad the PC version was, and that the reason the PC version was bad was because PC hardware can't keep up. And it was like, how are you going to sit there and say that the PC hardware can't keep up whenever these games are on console as well, and even modern consoles, new gen consoles, are not even to the same hardware specs that like a high range to top tier range PC is running right now. That doesn't make any sense. And like this is the kind of the same thing that we're seeing like right in this as well. You know, it's like they're almost hitting on the same thing in this article, which does not make any sense to me at all. So they've got these games that are running absolutely fine. Developers are making these games that run absolutely fine on consoles, right? And then they port them over to like PC because they want to get that PC money too. But then they're a mess. They're just terrible, right? And then it's like people are going, oh well, it's because PC hardware is not good enough to run them, and it's like that is asinine logic. That doesn't make any sense when PC hardware is above and beyond anything that a console is running. Now, obviously, there are potato machines out there, right? I mean, PC hardware is there's a wide range of, you know, different hardware that people run on PC, and you're going to get some low end machines all the way up through some like top of the line high tier machines that people are paying like $5,000 for or whatever that are just blowing stuff out of the water, you know. But to have people take this like stance on the fact that these same games that come out on console that play just fine are not playing good on PC because PC hardware is not good enough, that is a stupid take. That's just ignorant, dude. That doesn't make any sense. It's literally a fact of like developers not knowing what the crap they're doing with the PC side of things. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what it is, Reject. That's exactly what it is. And instead of them actually talking about what the real issue here is, with the fact that these developers are not taking their time to learn how to actually convert these games over to the PC platform correctly so that they aren't dealing with these issues. And by the way, a big part of development is quality assurance and testing and everything. They know these games are not performing well before they push them out, but they do it anyways. So that's another thing is like they should never be pushed out like this anyways, and they know they shouldn't, but they're still doing it. But that's the real issue. Yeah, dude, you're learning, man. You're learning. You know, I mean, that's where the real issue lies. So nobody is going to be able to come in here and tell me that like a game doesn't perform on PC because the way the game is developed is too hardware intensive. Whenever it's playing just fine, the same exact game is playing just fine on modern consoles. You know, that doesn't make sense. What it is that these developers are not optimizing and creating the game correctly, converting it over from the console version to the PC version. They're not doing their job. That's what it comes down to, you know? And yeah, it might be more they might be more hardware intensive because they're not optimizing the game for PC because they don't know what the crap they're doing. You know, there are tons of developers out there that do a fine job. They do a great job, actually, with getting games ported over to PC. You know, I've experienced it. It is a thing. It happens. One of my more recent pleasurable experiences was with like a game like God of War, 2018's God of War. When Sony Santa Monica ported that game over to PC in 2021, I think it was. Dude, on release, that game felt great. Felt amazing. And that is a very intense game, dude, graphics-wise and everything, right? Nice, dude. Bro, that was just one yesterday, I think. That's crazy. Oh, what? Dude, come on, dude. So close. There we go, fair. So it just drives me crazy to see this kind of stuff where people are trying to blame it on like a hardware issue or something for PC when that doesn't make any sense, man. I just don't. I can't, man. I can't do it. And I mean, you can see right here, like a PS5, right? A PS5 CPU, we're talking about like a 5700X, all right? $5,700X. Not even the same quality necessarily equivalent PCU that I have in this PC, right? I've got a 5900X in here. And then you talk about the and this is like the equivalent of like basically if you were to one for one be like, what does a PS5 have that you would be able to like match up in a PC or whatever, right? GPU, where we at? GPU, we're talking, how much RAM? 16 gigs. 16 gigs of RAM in PS5. I got 32 in this. And then the GPU. We're talking about opting for a 6700 XT or a 3070 if you're going to duplicate the graphics performance of the PS5. I also have a 3070 in this PC. So GPU wise, same thing as a PS5 basically that I run in this PC. And I'm actually running over what a PS5 would have CPU wise and RAM wise and everything. But there are all these games that come out on PS5 that run just fine, but when they get ported over to PC, they don't run right. You can't tell me it's a hardware issue, dude. You know, that doesn't make sense. A disk drive. A disk drive. An optical drive, dude. That's what I'm missing. It's the optical drive. Dang it, dude. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. So, I mean, you know, for people to go, yo, it's a hardware issue. That doesn't make sense, man. Not at all. Not at all. I'm not buying it, dude. And I'm running SSDs, you know what I mean? Like the whole shebang. So, you're not going to be able to get that over on me, dude. That's not going to work. That's the news though, baby. Them's the breaks, dude. Them's the breaks. You guys rock. And let's get some tunes going for a second. We're probably going to play a little bit of Warframe for a little bit of Warframe. And then we will hop into some Divinity. Little note here, tomorrow's going to be a weird day. No, the stream will not start until late in the morning. So probably around somewhere between 0900 to 1000 hours in the AM, obviously. So I've got some stuff going on in the morning. So no news segment. Let's go, dude. So it'll be another weird day where we just won't be able to really start until late morning, and we'll just game tomorrow. No news segment tomorrow, just gaming. Then Thursday and Friday will be normal days, and then Saturday and Sunday the stream will be down. Okay, so I'll try to keep putting out some announcements on like Discord, Twitter, and stuff. Make sure everybody knows what's going on. It's a weird week, man, and I'm sorry. Got to get that workout in, dude. I need to start working out again. I really do. Bro, I am excited. I found some lights that I'm gonna get ordered and get put up in here. I'll tell you guys about what I did last night. I think I got the streams fixed up. I'll tell you about it, Ferret. I know Ferret's probably wondering. But you guys rock. I appreciate you. We're gonna move on and do some gaming stuff today. So thanks to everybody that's part of what we do. Thanks for being here and being part of the news. Appreciate it. Anybody that's checking out this news segment later on as a VOD on YouTube, or any of the other content that we have on YouTube, or highlights here on the Twitch channel, whether it be episodes of, we got all kinds of stuff out there, man. All kinds of episodes for playthroughs that we've done, or funny clips, or, you know, the news segments here. Those always go up too. And if you're enjoying any of that content, then, you know, try to come hang out with us when we go live at 6 a.m. CST every single day. We always start off with video gaming news before we dive into whatever gaming content we have planned for the rest of the day. We have a good time. Lots of cool people hang out here, and we'd love to have more like-minded individuals come be a part of what we do, okay? I don't know. other than that, stay healthy, stay safe, be kind, and no news segment tomorrow. So I'll catch everybody for the next news segment, which will be April 6th on Thursday. Cool.